Fever meeting for the 4th time this season, this time on CBS. New York with the best record in the W. The Fever have lost to the Liberty in 9 straight meetings. So would 4th time be the charm? Caitlin Clark thinks so early. Her signature step back 3 is good to put the Fever up 9. A couple minutes later, she does it again to put the Fever up 12. She had 11 points, by the way, in the first quarter, a season high in the first quarter. She shot 3 of 4 from three-point land, but the Liberty would respond. Jonquel Jones going to work against Aaliyah Boston in the paint. She gets it to fall, and the Liberty, with their first lead up 1, caps a 12-0 Liberty run there. Under 2 minutes left to go in the second. Clark kicks it to Aaliyah Boston, who lays it in. Her 7th assist in the first half to put the Fever up 1. Important because the Liberty had led by 17 or more at halftime in each of the first 3 meetings. Sabrina Ionescu with a response for the Liberty in the third. That would put them up by 7. She had 6 points in the first, 9 in the third quarter. Meanwhile, all eyes were on Clark, looking to become the first rookie to record a triple-double, and with that rebound, she does it. Kayla Thornton misses the 3, clears the way for Caitlin Clark history. It's also the first ever triple-double in Fever history, but they were far from done. 3 minutes left in the fourth. Clark picking up the hoop and the harm. Next Fever possession, she kicks it to Kelsey Mitchell. Huge bucket. We are tied at 75 thanks to that triple. All of a sudden, things feeling good for the Fever. On their next possession, Mitchell to Boston, kisses it in. The Fever up 2 to cap a 9-0 run with Indiana in charge. Just over a minute to go in the fourth. Stewart kicks it to Ionescu, who tries to keep her team alive in this one. It's a 1-point game, and with that shot, she ties Becky Hammond, the second most made three-pointers in New York history. 28 seconds to go. Ionescu misses the 3. Benaya Laney-Hamilton gets the offensive board to keep the possession going, but then, costly mistake. She dribbles it off her foot. It goes over the line. That's a backcourt violation. You can't do that at this stage of the game. So Liberty still have a chance. They're down 3. They give it to their shooter. Ionescu wide open in the corner, and it rims out. The Fever grab the board and seal the deal. How you like this one? It is an Indiana win, 83-78. The fans loving it, the team loving it, because that snapped a 9-game losing streak against the Liberty, as Indiana now picks up their 5th straight home win for the first time since 2015. It also ties them for the most clutch time wins in the W this season. They now have 8. The day belonged to Caitlin Clark, though, who picked up a triple-double, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists. She is with our Tiffany Blackman after the game.
Caitlin, a bit of history this afternoon, but I know you are a team-first person, so I want to ask you about how you all played against this Liberty team that beat you all 3 times this season. A lot of growth for your group. What was the difference maker today?
Yeah, to be honest, they destroyed us all 3 prior matchups, so I think it adds a little chip on your shoulder. We didn't feel like we really gave them a good game, but this was a big one. I'm happy for our crowd. I thought we were really resilient. I think we were down 6 with 3 minutes to play and made 2 big plays to tie the game up, and then held them to 3 points in the last 3 minutes, so pretty good basketball for us.
You mentioned resilience. What did you learn about this team today?
Never fell apart. I mean, we were up, 14 in the first quarter, second quarter, and they were going to go on their run. They made their runs, but we always just stayed together, and we found a way to respond and take the lead back.
The history for you now. The first rookie triple-double in WNBA history, and then the first for this franchise. What does that mean to you, Caitlin?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're playing good team basketball. Like, my teammates are finishing really well around the rim, and I want to find them. It would have been nice if I could have made a couple more threes. They gave me some good looks, but just happy for our group. A great win, great for our fans, and that's just fun basketball.
I know your guy Ryan here is waiting with that game ball. What are you going to do with it?
I'll give it to my parents, tell them to put it in storage. I don't know. Maybe see it later in life.
Congratulations.
A historic run for Caitlin Clark. 19 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists. She's now one of 2 WNBA rookies with multiple 13-assist games. She's also the 4th player in WNBA history with a 12-12-12 game. And you see the company she is surrounded by. It is certainly all good things for Caitlin Clark as her Fever pick up the win 83-78 over the Liberty. And let's let's bring in commentator Julianne Viani-Braen to discuss. I mean, Julianne, what can you say about this game? The Fever finally picking up a win over the Liberty. I believe their last win against them came back in May of 2022. We're going to talk about Caitlin Clark in a minute, but just what did you see out of this Fever team today that was able to hold off the Liberty?
This Fever team has just gotten so much better since the beginning of the season, and because they played the Liberty now 4 times, we had 3 other times to look and compare at how much they have actually improved, and I thought they really looked good in the defensive department, to be honest. I know we talk a lot of offense here, and I think Indiana has a lot of skilled players, but their defense was what won them this battle here today, because the last couple of games, they've allowed the Liberty to score 100 points, over 100 points they've averaged against them. So today they held them in check. I thought that's what ended up winning the game ultimately, and of course they continue to score, and they came out of the gates really strong here today.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, you know, the Fever jumping out to that 8-0 run to start the game, so they sort of set the tone, but we know this is a Liberty team that can close the gap, and Fever were able to hang on behind the play of Caitlin Clark, who just continues to dazzle game in and game out. Of course, she becomes the first rookie to record a triple-double, and it seems like when the lights are the brightest, Julianne, that's when she plays her best basketball. So how have you just seen Caitlin elevate her game every time she steps out on the court?
Well, I think she's really proving to herself and to the world that her game is translating into the professional game. And, you know, I think she's improved in terms of turnovers. She's not turning it over as much today. She really took care of the basketball better. And she's obviously a tremendous elite passer. And she's not just a scorer. We look and we see her as a scorer, and she keeps shooting. When she's missing shots, she does continue to have that passion and that confidence to continue shooting, which is what I love about her. But I think that the chemistry is the big thing with her and with her teammates. They're understanding how to play with one another. This is a really young group. Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark and then Alyssa Smith, all of them really just starting to come together. Kelsey Mitchell, of course, coming into her own offensively the last several games, and having her as another offensive threat has been powerful. And the communication defensively, that comes with time. And so I think the team is just respecting each other more and understanding each other more. It's really all about time together. And with a young group like this, it's only going to improve.
Caitlin always talks about this being team-first basketball, no matter how much the spotlight is on her. And you see that with the stats. Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell also checking in double digits. So to your point, now that we're starting to see this Fever team come together, they're playing such good basketball. What's the ceiling for this team? You know, we're knocking on the door of the All-Star break here. How far do you think this team can go?
I think they're really confident. I mean, they beat Phoenix coming into this one recently. That gave them confidence rolling in. We talked to several players before the game about that. That game was a confidence booster, and they really wanted to steal a game like this against a really good opponent in the league, because you're coming up to the Olympic break, you're coming up to All-Stars, and you want to just go in rolling strong, because after that, you really have an even more condensed schedule as you finish out the season, and this team could really make a run, and we saw them rack off 4 consecutive wins just recently. So it's a team that's very capable, and I think that they're just going to continue to improve as they stay focused and they keep improving. That's what you hear in the locker room a lot. They just want to continue to get better and get more consistent.
It is an improvement indeed as the Fever take down the Liberty in this one. Our thanks to Julianne Viani-Braen for joining us. Listen, when you got these 2 #1 picks on your roster, the future certainly is looking bright. Look at the numbers from both Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston today. They have talked throughout the season about how much they enjoy playing with one another, and now the numbers are starting to show that. And remember, these numbers came against the Liberty, the best team in the W. They get it done today, taking down New York behind the performance of both Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston.